Fat Worth. Welcome to the 1 of 32 podcast. I'm your boy Dons, sitting here with my boy KP. Say what up to the people. Say what up to your beloved fans.
I just want to say we're 3-0, baby.
Starting off the season right, everybody's doubting Nick Sirianni. Everybody's doubting Jalen Hurts. AJ Brown's a wash. Saquon can't run no more. Our defense, is it really that good? Can Q even cover? And what did our boys do on Sunday, 1 p.m. versus the Los Angeles Rams? They whooped that ass. Eagles starting off the season at 3-0, winning over the Los Angeles Rams. What was the score again? 33-26, baby. How did you feel about that game, Chris?
You know, Don, some games you watch, and it's enjoyable to watch during the game. You know, for example, last year, Eagles had a lot of games where they were up. Fourth quarter didn't mean much. That's enjoyable during the game. Then there are games where it's stressful during the game and enjoyable after knowing that you won. That was this game for me, Don.
Oh, yeah.
Stressful while it was happening, but as soon as it was over and we won, it was almost like oh my God, did we just do that? Did we just pull off this comeback? When you said the score, it reminded me that at one point it was 26-7, and then we know the final score now. But what a comeback by the Birds!
Oh, what a comeback! The Eagles just find a way to get shit done. Honestly, I haven't seen a team be this relentless since like the 2007 Patriots or 2014 Patriots. Just a team that you love to hate. Just, you have to do everything right to beat the Birds. You cannot beat yourself against the Birds. And no matter how bad we play, no matter how crazy the game looks like, we find a way to scratch and claw to make it a close game by the fourth quarter. And it's a little nerve-wracking for me, and my heart could take the break, but having these, like, last two drives be so important in almost every single game. It's like I would like to win with a sigh of relief, like with like a nice like easy chill Sunday.
Yep.
But man, these nail biters, they're starting to kill me. I think my blood pressure is getting high, baby.
Biggest comeback for the Birds since 2010. I have to admit, when Kyren Williams caught that touchdown pass and it was 26-7, boy, was I feeling deflated, Dons.
Bro, I was so defeated. I'm not gonna lie to you. I almost considered not watching the rest of the second half at my house. I was contemplating getting up and like leaving, which is crazy. I've never thought that before in my life. That's how bad our offense looked. That's how important. And everybody says it's all on the quarterback and stuff like that, but it goes to show. It goes to show
Both.
whatever saying it is. It's fucking important to have a good football team around you. It's not just your quarterback or wide receiver. One player by the name of Lane Johnson goes out. We put in Matt Pryor, who is a lousy excuse for a tackle, and it's not even on him, to be honest with you. That's not even on him. Matt Pryor has never been a tackle in the league. He's always been a decent guard swing player. He's not designed for the athleticism. Even when you saw him take snaps on the field, he looked like a guard playing tackle. He did not look like he was in the proper position almost any of the time.
But for some reason, the coaching staff thought, you know what? Instead of Fred, let's use this guy. And quickly, thank God, they changed their mind and put Fred in. But just... it shows you, Dons, you can have good weapons, you can have a good quarterback, you can have the best weapons, but if you don't have somebody to protect them, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you can't block it up, it doesn't matter who you have around. And shout out to Howie Roseman for getting him back in the door. And I don't know if you heard Jordan Mailata talking about Fred Johnson saying how he practiced a lot of left tackle and right tackle while he was playing with the Jaguars because he was predominantly on the left side when he was with the Birds. So he kind of prepared himself. This whole Howie Roseman,
it showed,
pulling the Waikiki sneaky, doing it again, bro. He's always up to something. That I'll let Howard. Howard, what are you doing?
It's almost to the point now where if you're an opposing GM and Howie wants to do business, you can almost assume you're getting the short end of the stick.
I'm gonna punch you with my short end of the stick.
Why?
Because You know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. Yeah, I'll let you wonder and ponder that. Anyway.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You're not doing anything. Oh, man.
Where do we begin, Dons? Let's
I think
start.
we have to begin with the Zach Bond pick in the first quarter. Honestly, let's snooze fest, Bruce fest. Us getting a turnover in the beginning of the game completely deflating the Los Angeles Rams. Their defense limping onto the field like they just watched their alpha male get beaten down by its owner. I don't know. Like a wolf pack, bro. You beat the crap out of its owner, and then the rest of the pack is like has their tails tucked between their legs. If I could speak English, that would be great. Anyways, we take advantage, scoring our first touchdown of the game in the first quarter, going up 7-0.
Tush push.
Tush push.
Tush push.
And it should have been an offsides, actually, but you could kiss my ass. Who was our commentators? Was it Greg Olson and the other dude?
Burkhart, maybe?
Yeah, and then who was it? Mike Garofalopoulos?
Mike Garofolo.
That was the ref, right? That was the guy hating on
No,
not Mike Garofalo. What was the name of the guy that was the ref?
I don't know the ref's name, dude.
He looks like Count Chocula. Count Chocula. You gotta love it. Sometimes my New England accent be coming out thick.
The fans hadn't even sat down in their seats, Dons. They were just about to sit down, and Bourne starts the game off with an interception. I'll tell you, in the first 5 minutes, I was pleased as could be. We had an interception, turned it into points on the board. I said, all right, this is good. My only concern early on was the Rams jump out to a big lead, and then the Birds have to throw the ball to come back, something we had not done this year, something we had not shown the ability to do. Starting off 7-0 made me happy. But then
it was the downfall of the game. Honestly, Lane Johnson going down, you could just see how important he is to the team, and it can just show you how important and valuable like having a solid offensive line is, and not having somebody to adequately replace somebody that's injured can be such a travesty to your team. We couldn't do absolutely anything. Jalen was getting harassed. People weren't picking up blitzes the way they were supposed to because they were so concerned that Matt Pryor couldn't hold on to their blocks. Jared Verse looked like defensive player of the year or running defensive player of the year in that first half. He was just bullying Matt Pryor the entire time he was on the field. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we woke up tomorrow and there was a restraining order that Matt Pryor had against Jared Verse, because that was an ass whooping. But I don't think it was his fault, man. I think his coaches let him down. Fred Johnson got brought into the building to be that tackle. What are we doing? He's not a tackle. I never want to see him there again.
Lane Johnson leaves in the first quarter. Neck injury, questionable to return. That, for me, Dons, is when the game changed. 10-7, Rams go ahead. And then
on a Devontae Adams push-off, we can't just walk over that. I know we got away with one at the end, but Devontae Adams, that was such a bad push-off.
44-yard touchdown. Stafford to Adams. Now, did he extend his arm to push off? Absolutely. Did I expect them to call it or see a flag?
No.
Absolutely not.
No. I didn't expect to see it either. I just think he got the Devontae Adams treatment, and hey, you've been a superstar here for a long time, and who's this white guy covering you? It's not even Cooper DeJean.
Hey, give Reed some credit. Before the initial push-off that gave Adams that sort of last-second extension. And
gave him like 1.5 yards of separation.
I'll tell you, though, crazy. Reed was right there before that push-off. So credit to Reed. He made some other plays in the game, too, but 44-yard touchdown.
On my boy. I like Reed Blankenship. I've been the one advocating for Reed Blankenship on this pod, sir.
CJGJ just cut. Tapes. We don't need him.
CJGJ. Actually, I don't hate CJGJ. That'd be cool if he came back to Texans. Obviously, today, if you haven't heard, CJGJ ended up getting released.
I don't want him back. I don't want him back on the team. Nope.
Why? Tell me why. Tell me why.
I just think he's a cancer to the locker room. Can't tell him nothing. Doesn't listen to anybody. Yes, he's a great player on the field. You know, I was the defender of CJGJ last year. He made a lot of big plays. The big hit on Bijan in the hole. The only thing I could say is Sometimes he falls asleep in coverage, and I just think he's too much of a cancer, Dons. I heard him go on one of the podcasts, kept trashing the Eagles. They'll never win a Super Bowl without me. And then he apologized. Just, you know what, dude? You can stay away.
Senor Jeff, the new guy, nope. I don't think he working good.
We got Makuba.
We got the Macoobs. Now, is this going to be another Jalix Hunt, Trey Henderson situation where we're like, obviously, we should have picked up CJGJ? Because we already did it once this year.
Well, you know what? It could be something where he's available later in the season. Maybe we do pick him up if we need him. But right now,
somebody's going to sign him.
He's a cancer, dude.
How do you know he's a cancer? What if he was just holding people to championship caliber standard in the locker room, and the Houston Texans bums just can't handle that because they're bums?
Yeah, that may be true.
I am a champion.
But it's also like,
this is not how champion behaves.
He's probably walked around with that kind of attitude and chip on his shoulder his whole career, but he just recently won the ring, so now he's got the kudos, to say things like that and act like that. But now
you would have chosen to kill John Connor.
Good Arnold, Dons.
Yeah, it's okay. I sound more like Jorgen Van Strangle.
You sound on point.
Yeah. Anyway,
second quarter, Rams add to their lead with one.
We can't just overlook the defense. Let's can't just overlook the defense. The defense did such a good job the entire first quarter keeping the Los Angeles Rams in check. We could not catch any kickoffs whatsoever by our special teams.
What the hell was going on?
And Bigsby. What the hell was that? At this point, don't we have Quentin Covey or Quentin? I gave you an afro real quick. Don't we have Britton Covey on our practice squad right now? What is he doing there? Why is he back if not to be used for the thing that he's actually good at?
4 different times we could not successfully hold on to the ball. And believe it or not, it had an effect on the game. Field position was huge. Huge.
As I overlooked the defense. But yeah, I get it. The way that we used to coach our punts and our kickoffs in high school, it was, as a coach, I should say, motherfuckers. We're past the 10 minutes, motherfuckers.
That's right.
As a coach.
Curse it out.
We used to teach like rugby kicks and like ugly squibs, so it's like actually hard for a kid to field. It's not easy. And honestly, they're so used to the perfect kick. It's very genius of Sean McVay and whoever their special teams coordinator is to come up with that plan and find out that their kicker can actually do that. So, secret weapon. I love it, dude. Special teams is just becoming more and more important every single week.
One of the themes of the weekend or last weekend was kickoff returns, how many returns we're having, how many kickoff returns are impacting games. We had kickoff returns for touchdowns this weekend, so credit to the NFL. They made an adjustment, 35-yard line. If you do a touchback now, if you kick it into the end zone or out of the end zone, teams are reluctant to do that, giving more teams opportunities to return it. And hey, as a fan, I love it.
I love it too. More football, the better. And maybe some of these special teams players will start getting themselves paid.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we go down in the first quarter, 10-7. You're kind of panicking a little bit because the offense looks so flustered. They can't get anything off. Everybody talks throughout the week about communication. And like I heard Elliot talking on the Go Birds podcast, and he was saying how, like, I don't understand. Everybody seems to like each other so well in the locker room. I don't get why they keep saying that communication is such an issue. And I just sit here and want to remind people that there's so many ways that a human being can communicate, and I wish I knew the number, but being verbally active is only one form of communication. We use expressions, we make grunts, we make motions, we look with our eyes. We could look mad, we could look sad. There's so many things, and catching, as lame as it sounds, catching the vibe of each other and knowing on some ultra intrinsic shit where the next person's gonna move, and having complete faith and confidence knowing that if this happens, this person's 100% of the time gonna do this with very slight deviation, and being able to read your body language and communicate through body language and not just with your words is a completely different thing. The offensive line has to be a one unit organism in order for it to be successful. And we saw that one bad cog in the wheel blew the whole thing up in the first quarter. So we really need to be thankful for our starting five, because things get a little bit ugly once we start dropping those people off. And I don't know how we got to this point, but that's where I got to.
After the Eagles' opening drive, after the turnover, they get the interception for Bond. They go in with the tush push. The next 3 or 4 drives, 3 and outs by the Birds. So Lane Johnson had a huge impact on the offense, whether it's other linemen needing to pick up or compensate, whether it's the quarterback mentally. Yeah. You know what? Lane's not there. I got to get rid of this ball a little quicker. I'm not going to have as much time. Saquon, we talked about earlier when we were watching some of the pregame or some of the highlights of the game. Saquon missed the blitz thinking he had to help pick up more or less chip on Pryor to help out. Missed his assignment, led to a big sack. And just Hurts overall took 2 humongous hits that you do not see him take, or I haven't seen him take in, I want to say 2-3 years, Don. It's been since I've seen him take a hit where I'm like, whoa, that was not good.
You know what I couldn't help but think, and I know this is such a punk move, but if you hit any other quarterback in this league, for the exception of maybe Lamar, but even him now at this point, if you hit any other quarterback as violently as Jalen Hurts got hit, they definitely would call unnecessary roughness on the it roughen the passer like type shit. He got freaking mollywopped, bro.
2 times.
Jesus Christ. I don't even know where mollywopped comes from. It's probably not a good phrase, but if you need to know, it looks a little like this.
Poor Patty.
No. Yeah.
There you go.
After the game, my neck really hurt. I think I jammed my neck.
The guy changed his haircut in the offseason from the ass whooping we gave him. Enough about Patrick Mahomes.
You go, Yas Queen. That's your shit, girl.
So, although initially, Don's, it felt like the end of the world was coming when we lost Lane Johnson, the Eagles did adjust as the second half went on. I know we'll get to that.
Yeah, we did a good job. But all throughout Q2, second quarter kicks, our offense is dead. Honestly, there's nothing that we could talk about. The only thing we could talk about is the right tackle position. That was awful. But Eagles did a good job holding the Rams to a 56-yard field goal, holding the Rams to a 39-yard field goal, holding them to another 20-yard field goal, making the game 19-7 at halftime, making it look like their kicker was going to be the MVP of the game. Do you know his name? I forgot his name.
Cardi?
Yeah, Cardi Kubiak.
It's Cardi.
It's Gary Kubiak's son.
Last name Cardi.
Cardi, you want to party with Cardi?
One Barbie. Let's go party.
So, halftime. How are you feeling? Because I almost walked out the door. I was about to go get milk and cigarettes on my Birds. And I'm not going to lie to you, it's been a long time since I fought. A lot worse ass whoopings, too, that we've taken. Maybe it's just because I'm older that I feel this way, but I almost walked out on this marriage. You?
Losing Lane Johnson and seeing the immediate impact. Not that I expected the Eagles to be as smooth as an offense without him, but to see the steep decline and how
bad our secondary was, our second bench.
Everything is connected. So just seeing, quite frankly, 3 and outs in a row is not something we've seen a lot from the Eagles this year.
Terrible.
With all the weapons, a lot of the same, what others called conservative. A.J. Brown quoted as talking about the offense being conservative. Patullo was asked about that after the game. He didn't agree. So a little bit of bubbles or some ripples at the surface here. Let's hope it doesn't continue. But the message...
AJ just likes to hear himself talk, I think.
Well, what did he say? Get the ball to your killers or feed your killers, man. Like,
I am the killer.
You saw some of the throws where Jalen would just sort of trust him. Not so much a throw it up in the air, Mike Evans jump ball, but sort of a, I'm going to throw it in this area, and I trust my guy AJ to come up with it. And on numerous occasions, AJ came through.
Well, AJ's a beast. AJ's a beast. So,
third quarter
begins.
More the
How
same.
do we start the half with Matt Pryor in that tackle? How? Tell me. How?
Or how quickly did that conversation from, okay, no, let's keep Pryor, to immediately pulling him after that first drive.
Well, yeah, Jared Verse almost murdered Jalen Hurts for that
Murder.
fumble. Dude, we fumbled on the Eagles 13. You're not just a liability. Now you're actually costing points.
Always shocked.
You gotta go.
When a quarterback gets blindsided like that and they hold on to the football, I am always amazed.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it, Dons.
Jalen did not, though. That's something. I feel like Jalen, I don't know. Do you know how big his hands are? I feel like maybe he doesn't have big hands. Like he doesn't eat Burger King or something. You know what I'm saying?
You can't hold on to the burger.
It's like me, my small hands.
Burger
Makes
King.
football look huge, though. Oh, what a huge football you have, Mr. Hurts.
Big sack on the play. Clearly, Pryor is just beat around the edge with what seems to be like a finesse move. Just sort of pushed his arms down, swam, and by the time Jalen could even think or react, he was already on his back.
Looked like the Bay of Pigs out there. Jalen Hurts just dropping as soon as he hit the short. Just poor Jalen. He was getting abused. But obviously the Rams end up scoring, going up 26-7. The Eagles are now down how many points, Christopher?
19? No.
75. Final answer.
19.
The Eagles go down 19 points. How insane is it that after we put in one, Fred, welcome your ass home Johnson back into the game, our Eagles look like we never even missed a step after Lane went out. No disrespect to Mr. Lane Johnson. But Jared Verse became Jared Worse, bro. He had zero effect on the game.
Give me that
you
chain.
know what? Shame on him and good on us, because he was talking so much smack how he was going to tear up the whole second half. On the TV copy, you could just see him barking at the fans saying, yeah, you're going to get more of this. You're going to get more of this. Well, I'll show you a little bit more of this. And I'll show you a little bit more than that. That's why your ass is going home with a loss. And you done got your chain. Jalen Carter just straight up deboed your ass for your chain.
Give me that chain.
Give me that chain. Oh. Getting ahead of myself.
When the Rams scored
Yep.
on the pass to Kyron Williams, they're up 26-7, Dons. I have to admit, just like you, it did not feel like the Eagles' day. A lot of teams, some teams, would pack it up mentally, already be looking ahead to next week or the upcoming opponent, maybe even, where are we going to eat after the game, talking about stupid stuff like that.
Bro, I was freaking out about Lane Johnson. I was like, is our whole season over? Is Lane going to be out for the whole year? Our season was done. That's how I felt.
Some teams would pack it up, give in, look ahead to next week, already mentally prepared, take their foot off the gas.
Are in trouble.
But not this Eagles team.
Not Nick Sirianni led Philadelphia Eagles. Ain't never happened. Ain't no way, no how. We did also switch to the spread offense, giving Jalen a little bit more control to dictate how the plays were going to go. Now, rumor has it that Kevin Patullo wasn't calling plays in the second half. However, just like they always do, the Eagles lied to us straight to our face and said that Kevin Patullo was still calling the plays in the second half, which maybe he was, but I get it. First-year coordinator calling plays, there's going to be ups and downs, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for now. But you still have a few more games to prove to me to say, hey, Kevin deserves to call plays, or hey, this isn't Kevin's thing. We need to figure something else out.
Not sure the team. It's not coming to me right now. I apologize for that, but the premise is there. One team has already given up play calling duties. They announced it today. One coach is already giving up play calling duties, giving it to somebody else. So we're not even into week 4, and teams are already saying, you know what? We might have not picked the right guy to call plays.
Is it the Jags?
It may be. I'm not positive, but I saw a team today already announce it.
It's either the Jags or the Panthers, right?
I also heard those rumors, yes,
Yeah.
about Patullo not calling plays.
We're probably both wrong.
That's why I didn't give names, and that's why I don't do that, because it's like if you just generically say a team, you covered your bases. But anyway, I do think there was either a conversation had at halftime.
Was that personal?
I think either there was a conversation had at halftime, or, quite frankly, they just said, hey, we're going to go in a different direction, and somebody else is going to call plays or Jalen's going to take more of direction of it, because it was a completely different offense in the second half. The Birds come out with back-to-back explosive plays from Jalen. All of a sudden, 26-14 after a perfectly crafted seam route from Dallas Goedert. I can feel the momentum, Dons.
Yeah, the momentum definitely switched there, and I'm gonna choose to believe that it was Kevin Petula still calling the plays. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think it's been as awful as what everybody's made it seemed out to be. I just think that we were kind of designing plays for Jalen Hurts to operate like magic was going to happen. And you can't manufacture magic. Magic just has to occur on its own. And I feel like a lot of our offense was like, okay, Jalen's going to scramble this way, so we're going to give him a couple options based on the routes, and we're going to do those multiple layers where you can throw to 3 people on the same side of the field. Like, that's all like very elementary juvenile quarterback premises. So it's almost like, take the training wheels off my boy and let him make mistakes. I'd rather let him make a mistake here in week 3 than in week 15, week 16, week 14, where it's going to cost us the season because we haven't been able to take the governor off of Jalen Hurts' gas pedal, and we've been limited to him all season. We have what it takes in order to be a good throwing team. And look at the second quarter, the second half of football versus the Los Angeles Rams, where we really opened up the offense. We ended up getting the ball to A.J. Brown. We ended up getting Smitty involved. We got Jahan Dotson running some important routes. And then what do you know? Dallas Goedert, who I think is one of the best, and I know a lot of Eagles fans agree, Dallas Goedert was wide open in the seam for a touchdown for like, what was that, like 39 yards or something like that? Whatever the hell it was. That was absolutely crazy. It was a 33-yard touchdown right up the middle. Ball was just perfect extension, a terrible reverse slam by Dallas Goedert in the end zone. But shit, after you know it, man, we are, what, 14-26? It's 14-26. Now we're right back in this game.
Seeing the offense in the second half, it gave me a feeling of what I thought the Eagles offense was going to be coming into the season. We talked in the offseason, the Eagles ran the ball at a historical rate last season. There was no way they were going to be able to match that. They were going to throw the ball more. It's inevitable. If you would have told me the second half of the Rams game was the first half of the season for the Eagles, meaning the first half of football we played, it would have made sense to me. I expected to see the Eagles throwing a lot more, getting their weapons involved a lot more, and it not taking a 19-point deficit in week 3 to finally flip the switch and say, you know what?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Maybe we should feed A.J. Brown. Maybe we should throw him the ball. Yeah, crazy idea.
$100 million wide receiver. Jeez. Maybe we should get him the ball.
Never mind DeVonta Smith. Let's not forget, Heisman Trophy winner. Dominant season at Alabama. Yes, Jalen Waddle was hurt, had a big impact on the season, but nonetheless, Smitty wins a Heisman. Look
when
up.
Isn't he hurt? I feel like Jalen Waddle's always hurt.
Look up the long
Him
list.
Tua Tagovailoa, Mr. Glass, both
Glass, man.
Mr. Glass.
The list of wide receivers that has won the Heisman, I'm pretty sure, is a short one. And Smitty is on there. So another guy where we almost forgot, Kevin Patullo did, that we had him. Forgot that we had this weapon in DeVonta Smith, but
the Slim Reaper, bro. He's a beast. He just always makes me so nervous whenever somebody touches him.
Yeah, they had this week. They had an episode somewhere about the wives or significant others came on camera and talked about. They asked them, "How do you feel when they take a big hit?" And Smitty's wife said something along the lines of, "Hey, you know, he's small, he's skinny, he's tiny. So when he takes a hit, like I get nervous. So it's good to know." Just like we do, Dons, when Smitty takes a hit, when Smitty takes a hit, his wife is thinking the same thing. Like, damn, I hope he's okay. But you know what? Every time that dude bounces back up, he took a really dirty hit last year in the Saints game. I think he was out with a concussion for the rest of the game, but he was back the next week. Smitty is tough as nails.
Smitty's the man. The Slim Reaper. I know I've been saying that because I've been fiddling with my mic the whole time, but this time I mean it.
He's back.
I don't think there's many wide receivers in this league that offer you the skill set that DeVonta Smith does. He just cuts on a dime. He drops on a dime. He extends so freaking much. He might be skinny and scrawny, but he's definitely has a great catch radius. His hands are almost like glue. I've actually seen him drop a couple balls this season that are very like out of character for him. I'm actually very surprised. But you can't win them all. And Smitty does a good job stepping up to the plate every single time he's asked to step to the plate. And what better poetry than to get this whole offensive passing game going than Jalen Hurts connecting with A.J. Brown on the sideline for that 6-7 yard gain and just hearing the crowd go wild because our boy finally caught the ball. And it's like, yeah, obviously you're going to get A.J. Brown the ball. Obviously, like, this is what I mean about, you know, when I tell you I could, like, obviously Monday morning quarterback type stuff, but when I watch the game, I always go, like, why are they doing that? This seems so fundamentally, like, just wrong. Like, almost like some JV high school shit where the coach has never called plays before type stuff. Like, just play football. And that's why I think the offense actually changed in the second half, which is where I was getting to before I lost my place earlier. But we stopped trying to manufacture magic and we started just calling plays that are down the field that are regular freaking plays, and then the magic started happening for us. So you can't manufacture magic, stick to the script and just play ball, and I don't think there's any team in the NFL that can compete with us.
After the Birds score 26-14, the next biggest play to me, Dons, is the Jordan Davis stop on fourth down. Or excuse me, third down. Oh, fourth down.
Fourth down. You're
Fourth
right.
down.
Williams tried to run it on the zone right behind, which shame on Sean McVay and whoever's on the broadcast. I think it was, oh my God, Greg Olson. Greg Olson was like, why would you run it behind your backup second string right guard? Like, against Jordan Davis, one of the most ginormous defensive people on the field. Like, what a dumb play call by Sean McVay. Everybody wants to say that he's this big, huge genius, but to me, that was pretty dumb.
I actually want to correct myself. Before the fourth down one happened, he had a big chase down Jordan Davis did on Stafford running towards the sideline. Where it looked like Stafford was maybe going to get to the first down, but Jordan Davis with that speed. Boy, Dons, all off season, what do we hear about Jordan Davis? He lost weight. He lost his belly. He looks
shape.
Good. Oh, it showed on Sunday.
It definitely showed. It's been paying off all year. And even from last year, I was saying, like, I love Jordan Davis, bro. Don't hate on my boy. He might be a little out of shape, but that dude can ball. And congratulations to him for having such a huge game. I know as an Eagles fan, like, I love to see his success. Are you happy for the man? Are you feel neutral? Like, what are your thoughts on Big JD?
Coming into the season, there was a lot of question marks about him. How many snaps can he play? How effective can he be? I think he was at maybe 20 or 30% last season. He's closer to 40 this season, so he's playing a lot more. He's making an impact. He's in better shape. Therefore, he doesn't come off the field. Doesn't have to come off the field as much. So him and Jalen Carter in the middle, good luck running the ball.
And he just seems like such a big, goofy-ass kid. You know, like he's just
Georgia boy.
Is intelligent, likes to play ball, likes to goof off. I don't know if you've seen those like in between the scenes like type stuff during practice where like the marketing team or whoever the hell it is, the player relations team, whatever the hell it is, go up and be like, oh, it was what was it this time? It was like, draw a square in 3 lines.
Yep.
With 3 lines.
That was
Jordan
funny.
Davis was like, yeah, just draw a square in 3 lines. And everybody's like, oh. And I'm not going to lie to you. It's a scout's honor, bro. I was thinking exactly like Reed Blankenship. And I was like, that's just a triangle. What are you talking about? Yep. I was like, you either make the square with the side of the board or it's just a triangle. It's impossible. So, hands up. I would have got it wrong.
Jordan Davis is just a big kid. I saw a video of him and I think Zach Bond. They're on the field. They're opening cards, Don. I think it might have been Pokemon cards. Opening packs of cards on the field. So you love to see a guy that big, that fast, acting like a kid.
Or not.
Come on.
Maybe he's a sinister man and he's running some underground weight loss cult and he is trying to recruit Jalen Carter, but Jalen Carter will not be recruited.
After Davis chases down.
Wait, question. Do you think, stop rushing to get to the next thing, you piece of shit.
I'm not Russian.
Yes, you are.
I'm Italian.
Do you think Jalen Carter is a little like embarrassed to see how much worse he is in shape than Jordan Davis? You know what I'm trying to say? Like
Jordan Davis talked about it.
struggled with his weight for so long, and Jalen Carter is just like sitting there in worse shape than Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis actually talked about this. I believe it was this week where he basically said,
Yeah.
you're going to get to a point in your life where you just flip the switch and say, it's important to me now. And he insinuated that maybe that time for Carter is coming sooner, is already here, where you just say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to do something about this and change my habits.
Yeah.
And credit to Jordan Davis, he has.
Not me. I want bad food after the pod.
I love to eat. Sorry.
Huh?
I love to eat, Downs.
Yeah, me
That's my
too.
problem.
I am a torta. Anyway, where were we? So we got the big stop on fourth down. The Eagles end up trading with the Rams, fourth down and outs. Really stupid play call by Nick Sirianni. I think the way better move would have been to punt the ball away. You?
Yes. My next note I had was after Davis chases down Stafford to force a punt, the Birds responded by driving 87 yards, 9-yard touchdown
Oh, did I skip it?
to A.J. Brown,
Yeah, my bad.
26-21 Rams.
I skipped it. I have it right here. My bad, dog.
All good.
Nuh-uh. It was the 3 and out, right? And then the 87-yard drive with A.J. Brown hitting the 9-yard touchdown pass, right?
Correct.
So the 4 and out hasn't happened yet. That was fourth quarter, right?
No, so the 3 and out was when Jordan Davis chases Stafford down on the sideline. They don't get it. They have to punt.
Confused.
Then
Yes.
from that punt, we drive down the field, 87-yard drive, capping it off with AJ, 26-21 Rams.
The magic
going
of editing.
into the fourth.
Magic of editing.
So
Although I don't care if people know I'm wrong.
talk about momentum, Dons. We turn a big stop on fourth down, force them to punt. Jordan Davis is there. Then we get the ball back. Long drive, not a Tyreek Hill 80-yard touchdown, methodical drive. Hurts again on another drive, throwing the ball, spreading the ball around. Smitty, AJ, Saquon, not so great of a game. Averaging 3.3 yards per carry. But again, moving the ball when it counts. Big touchdown to A.J. Brown. Heading into the fourth, I have to admit, I felt a lot better, Dons.
I still think Saquon played a good game. I think the offensive line was the one that played a bad game. But every time he touches the ball, I mean, he's still getting those 7-yard runs, those nice 3-yard runs. It's just he's getting bogged down and beaten up at the line of scrimmage, like every game this year so far. So you wait and see, dude. We figure out our offensive line issues, and Saquon's gonna flourish, man. I don't think
It's only a
people
matter of time.
realize how much of an impact having Tyler Steen at right guard is. He's just, no disrespect to Tyler Steen, I want him to succeed, and I think he's good and he deserves this chance.
But
He's not a long-term solution at right guard. This man's just too, maybe I'm ignorant to how much he weighs, but he's just too light in the pants to be a dominant offensive guard for what we do here with the Philadelphia Eagles. To go from a guy like Mekhi Becton to him, like, you're just the physical presence. I wouldn't be surprised if we really key a guard in this upcoming draft. But there's a long time between them and now. So I hope Tyler Steen figures it out and maybe gets a little bit thick boy. Because we need to dominate up front again, and we need to be on the same page. So, anyways, huge momentum changer. I think Smitty snagging that ball in the air, like freaking 12 feet in the air, was a huge play for the Eagles. Keeping the drive alive, making, what the hell was I looking for here? Wait, I'm lost all over again. Hold on. We're at 21-26 Eagles, right?
yep. So I'm at beginning of the fourth quarter.
Yeah. So we're 21-26 Eagles. All right, cool. That's where I thought we were. Obviously, we were aided on the pass interference by, the roughing the passer at Kitchens. Another stupid play by the Rams. Again, if you don't play a perfect game, you're not going to beat the boys. And the beginning of the fourth quarter, just talk about complete and utter, other than one drive, Eagles dominance.
The second quarter went to the Rams. The third quarter went to the Eagles. And just by judging how the game was going, back and forth, punches being thrown, we knew the fourth quarter was going to be a back and forth battle. And Don's, boy, was it ever.
Bro, I can't believe that we were back in this game. By the fourth quarter, I felt like we were going to win. And then I had that feeling stripped away from me all over again. So, obviously, our defense played great. You know, the Rams go 8 plays and then end up punting the ball away. And basically, the Eagles have the ball the rest of the way until the very last possession, which we all know what happens. But before we get there, what was it? Oh, they didn't punt the ball away. So it went 8 plays, and the Rams ended up getting stuffed by take over because I'm lost right now.
Okay, so beginning of the fourth quarter.
This is the 4 and out. This is the 4 and out where we trade 4 and out. It's my bad.
No big deal, dude. So we talked about in the third quarter, Jordan Davis chases down Matthew Stafford on third down, force a huge punt. The Birds respond. 87-yard drive, capping it off. A.J. Brown. Now we're down just 12. Oh, excuse me, down 5. Heading into the fourth quarter now, another humongous stop by Jordan Davis on 4th and 1, right up the middle. Wait, the Rams didn't run the tush push? Oh, that's right. They can't because their quarterback's 45 years old, and he was in a hyperbaric chamber all summer and wasn't throwing the ball.
But isn't it just cheating running the tush push? Isn't it an automatic first down? Doesn't that mean everybody can do it?
Oh, wait. I thought it was a copycat league, Dons. Everything, the Patriots did or the Eagles do. Everybody can just copy it, right? We have the best coaches in the NFL.
Psych.
But nobody else can do it anyway. So 4th and 1.
You know nobody can touch that push like us, baby.
Dons, I don't know about you, but to me, it was pretty clear they were going to run the ball. One of the things we didn't talk about was in the first half, the Eagles' tackling was atrocious. The running game was unbelievable for the Rams.
We were undisciplined in our responsibilities.
Kyren and Blake Corum running all over the Eagles' defense. But when it counted in the second half, 4th and 1, we needed a play. Who was there again? Jordan effing Davis.
Again and again and again and again, baby.
A name you'll hear later on. Huge stop at the goal, at the line of scrimmage to turn the Rams over on downs and give the Eagles even more momentum to start the fourth quarter.
You know what I love to see too, even more than that, and this is again torturing Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter was just one step too slow to make that play because he was right there too. If it wasn't Jordan, it was gonna be Jalen. And
maybe if he was in shape.
To see Jordan get it over Jalen by that little step, I
motivation.
hope it's gonna motivate my boy. Yeah, because he wants to be that dude in the NFL. Will be that dude in the NFL because right now it looked like Jordan Davis coming for your throne, player.
Jalen Carter wants a contract. He better get in shape and start playing right.
Don't get in any races, Jordan. No more racing.
He wasn't driving. Anyway, so should we talk about Jalen Carter? I mean, the Rams did have another opportunity to go up and increase their lead from 26-21 to 29-21. Let's just pause for a second, Dons. If you go
4 and out.
If you go up 8 points in the fourth quarter, as the clock dwindles down, very likely you're going to win that game. The team has to score and go for 2. So this is a huge field goal attempt by the Rams. Only a 36-yard field goal.
Chip shot.
We're not talking 55. We're not talking wind. We're not talking rain. We're not talking December.
Easy kick.
This is a clear September day, Dons. And what do we get? A block.
Jalen Carter just bulldozes his way up the middle, sticks that big ass bear claw in the air, and knocks the shit out of that ball. And one Patriot way, Josh Uche falls on the ball and just takes it. I think we had a chance to kind of get some yards on that ball. No?
Yes, I agree with you, Dons. But you know what? To me,
better safe than sorry.
I want to pause for a second and give some love to this play. This is the play that goes sort of forgotten. We'll talk.
It really does. It really does.
We'll talk about why. And obviously, if you're listening to us, you obviously watched the game. You know what happened. But to me, this Jalen Carter play is the one that gets forgotten. This is a 36-yard field goal. I don't have the numbers. I wish we did, Dons. But we can only imagine and fathom how low, what number percentage of 36-yard field goals are blocked. It's got to be in the 20s, 30s, maybe could be even lower. Anything under 40 is pretty much a chip shot. In the NFL now, Dons, I think anything 50 and under is pretty much a chip shot for these guys.
I think that's part of the problem. I think all these kickers want to get paid, so they want to be the guy that can nail the longest shot.
Yep.
So they all kick, and I think the launch angle. Wow. And I think the launch angles have been so messed up, and I think they're just coming off so low off the top of the line of scrimmage that it's getting a lot easier to block a kick. And we're not the only team. The Jets did it last week, and
4 this past weekend.
Yeah, 4 this past weekend. So
Browns against the Packers, another block kick.
Yep.
Speaking of, the Packers lost to the Browns.
Oh, but you're gonna go undefeated. Remember, you're not gonna lose to anybody. You guys are the best.
Oh man,
But
we
yeah,
got
so-
Micah Parsons now. We got Jordan Love. We got. Oh wait, we can't even beat the Cleveland Browns.
Well,
I rest my case.
It doesn't matter if you have Michael Parsons if the best defensive player in the league is on the other side of the other team.
Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett. Do you see
Dons.
do you see the video of him getting blocked by 3 people in one play?
Yes.
You see the video of him mic'd up when he was like, "Oh, I beat him with that inside swim," and all I hear is, "Run, Jordan, run!"
Yeah, the tackle telling the quarterback to
So
run.
Funny. Oh boy, I lost my voice.
So again, let's just give a minute of love to the Jalen Carter blocked field goal, 36-yard field goal. Almost one of those plays, Dons, where I bet most people get up, get some chips, get up, go to the bathroom. They're going to make the field goal. It's a chip shot. Oh, no. Jalen Carter and those Georgia boys up front with a huge block to keep the lead within 5. Now the Birds know we get in the end zone, we get the lead.
And this set up the drive of destiny. This was the biggest balls are bigger than you offensive drive that I have seen in a while. The Eagles take the ball, drive it 91 yards down the field, take 6 minutes and 54 seconds off of the clock, let the drive go all the way down to literal 4th down, and to have the balls to snap the ball after the 2-minute warning, putting it all on the line and saying, like, we either score here, and I know you want to give me, you'll have a couple seconds if you stop them 4 downs because you have 2 timeouts. You want to give me that? All right, virgin. You had never seen the inside of a uterus.
Whoa.
Because you're a test tube baby. Duh. Anyway. I never even kissed a girl. Where was I? I was cooking a little bit.
7 minutes of game time on that drive, Don's 91-yard drive.
Killed it. Oh, were you setting me up?
Well, I was bringing you back.
All right, cool.
Bringing you back.
So to take all that time off and to say, this is the drive that we're going to score, we're going to dictate what happens to you and not the other way around. It's the only thing I've ever wanted to see this whole season from this Eagles team. We are better than the opposition. We have better skill. We are more physical. We have more experience. We might be young, but we are young veterans on the field. The Eagles finally took the bull by the horns and said, Matador this motherfucker, and won this game with the Smitty 5-yard out at the corner of the front pylon to lead the Eagles to what was the score after that? 26-27, crushing the Rams, but leaving about 43 seconds on the board or something like that.
Don's 4th and goal, gotta have it moment.
Gotta have it.
Literally, this is the game on the line. Gotta have it. Smitty, quick out. The ball is placed in a perfect spot away from the defender. I want to take a minute, Dons, and let you go on a little diatribe. This was not planned out, but I'm going to put it on a platter for you. Where are all the Jalen Hurts haters? Where are all the Jalen Hurts haters telling me this guy can't throw? When his team gets down, all they can do is hand it off to Saquon Barkley and do a tush push. Where are all all the haters now?
Right.
Example number 5,842 of Jalen Hurts needing to make a play in big moment and making the play.
My boy
Tell
just
him,
wins.
Dons.
My boy just wins. Everybody wants to say it. Now, you know what's pissing me off? All these people saying, oh, very Brady Belichick looking like you heard it here first and you know it.
That's right.
You know it.
Tell him,
My
Dons.
boy's Tom Brady. He's Mr. Clutch. He ain't Peyton Manning's big ass forehead. There ain't no landing pad for Jalen Hurts except for success, baby. Your man stands on 2 golden toes. He's on his feet. Jalen Hurts is a winner. He's QB number 1. And I will tell you right now, there ain't no other quarterback in this NFL I would rather have running this Eagles team than my boy Jalen Hurts. Fuck everybody else. Y'all for the birds. We are for the birds.
Yep.
Go birds!
Calm, cool, and collected, Dons. Does he ever look flustered? Does he ever look unsure of
My boy
himself?
cooler than the other side of the pillow, always.
Just R.I.P. Stuart Scott. The guy just makes plays. And again, 4th and goal, gotta have it moment. Huge play to Devontae Smith. Now, eerily similar, Dons, this game was to the playoff game last year in the snow. The Rams have the ball with a chance
for sure.
to take the lead in the final moments. Again, the Eagles may have left too much time on the clock.
Oh, they definitely did.
That's what my mom was saying. I said, Mom, I don't want to hear that negative energy.
MJ the GOAT.
I said, that's not how winners think, okay? We want to score. My mom said, you don't want to score and give him too much time. I don't want to hear that negativity, okay?
She's right, dude. The queen was right.
I know.
I'm not going to lie to you. Before the ball was kicked, I was already naked.
Damn.
I was already naked. I was ready to go hop in the shower. I was
ready.
like, that's it. Game's over. The little fairy tale's over. But honestly, and maybe this is just my loser side coming out, but I was like, if we lose this game by this field goal, not even that mad at it. Our defense did everything they could the whole game. Maybe they just gassed out. But what? What was this? The Rams end up lining up for a field goal, and who do we have on the right side of the defensive line? None other than Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. Now that guard must have been doodling in his pants. How do you think you would? How would you feel if you were lined up and you look up and it's Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter right in front of you?
Good luck.
Good luck, dude.
Now,
honestly, you take it from me.
I don't want Dons to shoot us too early here, so let's talk about the drive that the Rams had for a minute and how they ended up getting in field goal position, Dons.
Okay, let's do it.
You know what it reminded me of? Watching in the clutchest moments, what do we always see from the New England Patriots? Somehow, some way, Edelman's open on 3rd and 7. Somehow, on 3rd and 11, Gronk gets open for 12.
Yeah.
Every single play the Rams needed to play, who did they find? Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua, my
Now that
boy is
boy.
a beast. I know everybody knows he's a superstar. I know everybody thinks, but he's so low key, just dominant on the field. He doesn't look like he's like tearing you up, but he's just low key, like 22 yards, 26 yards, 13 yards, 8 yards, 7 yards.
Big.
This man is just a baller.
Hard to take down. I think he's like 6'3" or 6'4". He's a
Not
thick
the
boy.
only one who's hard.
Big. Whoa. But the whole reason I stopped,
when he drafted him.
the whole reason I paused is I wanted to go over how the Rams ended up actually making it down the field, and it was over and over again. Puka Nacua, Puka Nacua, Puka Nacua.
Which is a weird strategy for the Eagles because it's like a field goal loses the game because we missed the extra point.
Anybody but Puka. I kept saying.
Why are you stopping them from scoring a touchdown when you could lose with a field goal? I didn't get that. I know obviously they weren't letting them, but based off of like the formation and the way they were lined up, it seemed like they were just content with catch, tackle, just make sure you tackle.
As if we were up by 7 or 8 points. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a little annoying. And honestly, I think if the Rams didn't choose to run down the clock, and I think if they just tried to score, they would have scored a touchdown on that drive. I had no doubt in my mind that the Rams would actually score a touchdown. I think it was a travesty that they actually tried to kick the field goal at the end.
Yeah.
After already getting blocked. But then I guess you have the confidence of, like, you made 4 field goals already.
Jordan Davis talked about it after the game. They said after we blocked the first one, we kind of knew his trajectory of his kicks, his launch angle. They could sort of time it up, and well done.
That's what people say, bro.
I'll let you take it away.
Put their hands in the air.
I don't know.
No, launch angle and all that stuff's definitely a thing. But I'm just saying, like, bro, you just tried your hardest and it worked out. You didn't Jimmy Neutron it, did you?
So you don't give him any credit,
My
huh?
boy says brain blast. Jordan Davis is like a brain blast. And he
Okay.
uses his big ass head to block the ball like Jimmy Neutron just dunk.
It was unbelievable.
It
so
was unbelievable. And then to have the sweet poetic justice of the ball rolling right to your feet and being able to run it back for a 61-yard touchdown.
where were you mentally, Dons, as they lined up for the field goal? How were
Naked
you
and half in
feeling?
the shower.
Were
I'm
you
telling
concerned?
you, I'm not playing, dude. I was like, that's it. That's
You didn't even watch it?
naked in the shower.
Oh, my
I had
God.
to run back inside. I heard the kick and I was like, nah, I can't do this. I was like, I can't not watch this. I watched this whole thing. And
I
then
thought
I
my
went
boy
back
was
and then
kidding.
I saw it as soon as they blocked it. I didn't see the snap, but I saw the block when it happened. And I was like, you gotta be shitting me, man. We're Super Bowl bound and I don't care what anybody says.
Jalen Hurts after the game, he's
We
talking
go.
with Pam Oliver, and she, asked him some
Yeah.
generic question, and Jalen with another Jalenism, another quote. I hope I get it right, but he said, if this doesn't tell you something about this team, I don't know what will.
Yeah.
I mean, resilience, perseverance, halftime adjustments, changing the offense, making big plays when they needed to, leaning on their superstars. A backup comes in. I wouldn't say Fred is third string, but he was the third guy to enter the game. He wasn't the first choice for the Eagles. All that momentum, all that roller coaster of emotions, to have the Eagles come back and win this game, to see Jordan Davis pick that ball up and run down the field, Dons, the joy and emotion running through me was damn near NFC Championship Super Bowl. It was like, I can't believe we just came back and beat this team.
That's
huge
sick.
win.
Yeah, it was a
Huge win.
and honestly, a big middle finger to the Los Angeles Rams. No matter how hard you try, no matter what you do, the birds are gonna get you. They're gonna grab you, and they're gonna shove that ball down your throat.
With all the revenge the Rams had coming into the game, they were motivated to beat the Birds.
Oh, they're
After
heated.
last season,
I hate the birds.
you can ask yourself,
Oh.
who played the Eagles the toughest in the playoffs or even the last half of the season?
The Packers.
It was the Rams.
The Packers. I still say it's the Packers.
Well, Jalen Carter doesn't get that sack on Stafford in the snow. We might not be singing that tune, Dons.
I know.
We might not have this beautiful freeze frame.
It was the snow's reason. The snow was the reason why that game was close. I remind you, we played them earlier in that year and put that ass whoop into them. Belt that ass to them boys.
Now, let's give the Rams some credit for a minute.
They are a good team.
From what happened last year with Saquon running all over them, they pretty much contained him. Now, Lane Johnson not being there, big factor.
Huge factor. We ran that ball right down their throat as soon as we got a chance to. And I don't think it would have changed at all. But I think, oh my bad, I cut
it's
you
all
off
good.
big time.
No, we good.
I think this might be a blessing for the offense long term that Lane Johnson went out and we were really forced to face our demons, and we were kind of pushed
in the
into
mirror.
the fire. Looked in the mirror, and I think came out the other side. But we'll see, because it's usually pretty tricky the week after a team has a big emotional win like this.
This is a game where we're going to look back at this at the end of the season and say, this said something about the Eagles. This definitely
We
meant
hope
something.
so. We hope so.
Well-
All right, well. Last thoughts on the game?
Well, my question was going to be, do you believe the rumors someone other than Kevin Patullo called plays in the second half? We briefly discussed it, but I will ask again, who called plays in the second half? Was it Patullo?
Yeah, I think Kevin Patullo, again, collaborative effort, I think always, especially when you go into the hurry-up offense. I think Kevin Patullo called the plays, but Jalen Hurst had the liberty to kind of drive the ship whichever direction that he wanted to at a certain point.
That's trust.
And I don't think there's anything wrong or degrading about your quarterback manning the offense and calling some shots. That's actually what you're supposed to do. If you're a good offensive coordinator, your quarterback is an extension of your mind. So I think Kevin did call the plays, and I think maybe Jalen Hurts had a thing to say about it. Why wouldn't he? So I'm putting my faith in Kevin just because I don't want to lose it yet. He is a little bit on thin ice, but if we can replicate a somewhat passable passing offense next week, then I'm back in on Kevin Petula.
After week 1, we talked about his play calling style, a lot more under center, a lot of play action. Love seeing the fullback more involved.
Yeah.
But for the most part, AJ hit the nail on the head. If you ask me, it's too conservative.
Yeah,
Be aggressive.
It's an easy solution. Just get your ball to two of the best wide receivers in the league. What about you? Do you think that Kevin was calling the plays?
I don't think we would go into half and just take duties away, but I do think there was a stern conversation
all the time.
or a collaborative effort where we're like, hey, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, in less words, we need to be aggressive. We need to switch it up. We need to start taking some chances. Let's start taking some shots. And it worked out. I think this might help turn the corner for the Eagles offense. Hopefully we see a different game plan or a different team moving forward. Almost similar to Don's, the opposite of what happened last year, where last year Eagles start off 2-2, lose to the Bucs. We have our famous or infamous meeting, the offensive line, the head coach. Hey, coach, we understand we have Saquon Barkley and we have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, but our strength of our team is the offensive line. Let's get back to running the ball.
Yeah.
The rest is history. Maybe in this halftime, this conversation, it was, hey, man, we're down 19 points. This team's moving the ball on us. It's time to start getting aggressive. Let's start hitting AJ. Let's start hitting Smitty. Let's be aggressive. And the rest is history, Dons.
What if
victory.
Jason Kelsey just comes out of retirement and plays center, and we just move Cam Jurgens back to guard, and we can have the boys. The boys are back in town.
The boys are back in town.
I'm actually, I'm glad I bring that up on myself.
Why, Dons? Why?
Because I think we're a much better team without Jason Kelsey at center. He is one of the greatest, but he's also one of the lightest. And it's really hard to get a big initial surge push being so light in the pants. And he figured it out for a few years, but there was a lot of years where Jason Kelsey struggled to get down the field on a lot of those defensive tackles in the league.
Kelsey was huge and incremental in the tush push conversation in the offseason. Apparently, he made a big speech.
He's a hero.
And he was part of the reason why some owners were swayed, near in tears or emotional afterwards, I heard, after he gave this speech. And you know what, Dons? We won't get into the tush push a lot today, but all the conversation I'm hearing, they're going to need Kelsey to do it all over again next year because they want this play gone.
You can't, dude. You can't pull that cat out of the bag twice.
I know.
It's a one and done.
Well, I mean, I could go on and on about this game, Don. It's probably one of the most fun games I've watched the Eagles have, despite being down.
Biggest emotional roller coaster
ugly.
for me.
A lot different than the Eagles games last year. We were up early, dominant, taking our foot off the gas, or just sort of coasting. Yeah. This was a struggle.
Well, we're finding ourselves, and I kind of feel like our identity is not having an identity. Our identity is just like we're the team that gets shit done. That's what I think our identity is.
We do what it takes to win, Dons.
Yeah, which is not a bad thing to have. Might not be the funnest thing to watch, but I love it.
This ain't college football. There's no style points. You don't get extra points from the committee.
I don't care. That's what I meant about like fans being be careful, not getting too spoiled, because it's how a lot of Patriots fans used to sound like. But anyways, let me ask you this question. First 3 weeks of the season, are you still in on the Eagles being one of those teams that are going to be pushing for the first seed in the NFC?
Without question.
Yeah?
Without question, Dons. The way the Eagles are responding. Now, if you told me the Eagles came back from 26-7 against the Tennessee Titans, the Carolina Panthers, the New England Patriots, that's a good feat. That's great. You know, slow clap right now if I wasn't holding the mic. But to do it against a team that was one game away from the NFC Championship, that many people pegged the Rams as a NFC sleeper, or if they weren't picking the Eagles, it was either the Packers or the Rams to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
A lot of people's sexy pick this year. Stafford, Davante Adams, Puka Nacua. Do I need to say any more?
Yeah.
They signed Kyron Williams. They beef up their line. They have a backup in Corum. They have a young defensive front. All four of those guys are studs. Remember 2 years ago, we were saying, damn, Aaron Donald's gone. What are the Rams going to do? They have no defense. All of a sudden, overnight, they have one of the best defensive lines in the league. So not only that, but to lose Jalen Carter week 1 with that whole spitting situation, the defense shuts out the Cowboys in the first half. Then this game, we lose Lane Johnson in the first quarter, have to change, react, adjust, and play an unbelievable offensive game in the second half. In between those games, Doms, we just happened to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, the team that was going for an effing three-peat the last year. So, I mean, could we have beaten better teams? Tougher for me to say that any other team has beaten better teams in the NFL through 3 games.
Yeah, I'm with you. My stock's still high. I still think they're going to be pushing for that number 1 seed too. And let me ask you this next question. If we were to have lost that game and that field goal went in, do you think Jalen Hurts would have been overly criticized for being a bad quarterback? And here's my little twist to the question, which I don't even know if it's a twist or a completely different question in itself.
It's a twist.
Do you think if Jalen Hurts had those missed throws the same way Matthew Stafford had in that game, because Matthew Stafford had a lot of ugly throws, do you think he would be being crucified right this second if he would have missed those throws the way Matthew Stafford did?
Absolutely, Dons. You know what people love to do? Criticize the Chiefs, criticize Jalen Hurts. The 2 easiest things to do in football over the last 18 to 24 months is criticize Jalen Hurts. He's carried by his team.
And us, Dave.
Exactly. So, yes, of course. I mean, you could also say, even if we lost that game, 225 yards in the second half, numerous touchdown drives, drove his team down the field to score when he needed to, walked off the field with the lead again, which he did 2 years ago in the Super Bowl when we lost to the Chiefs. So, yes, I'd be there to defend him, but the haters would still be there, Dons, of course. 1,000%. But luckily, we don't have to have that conversation.
Because we're winners and they're losers. Anyways, I'm cool with wrapping up the game there. You?
Yes.
All right. Next week, we're playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa is now down 2 of their main offensive weapons on the outside with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. And potentially, what's this boy's name?
Who dat?
Their first-round pick this year. The guy that's been killing it.
Emeka Egbuka.
So he's known to be injured now. I think he's going to play. I haven't gotten a report saying that he's out. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be in trouble playing against Philadelphia at Tampa. But as we know, Tampa has been a team that's always found a way to give us troubles. Yes, we have beaten the Tampa Bay Buccaneers recently. It's not like we haven't broken that curse or anything yet. But are you concerned about this Tampa game in Tampa?
Well, you know what, Dons? If I were to ask you which team has given the Eagles the most trouble, it's the Bucs. It's not the Chiefs. It's not the Packers. It's not the Cowboys. It's the Bucs. I mean, last year, we lose to them. What started the end of our season and all those wins and the meeting about the offensive line need to change our game plan. But the year before, in the playoffs, embarrassing loss to the Buccaneers. Tackling was optional in that game. Effort.
That's a nice way to say it.
I mean, it was ugly, Dons.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was one of those games where I almost didn't want to watch.
Yeah.
So the Buccaneers are always going to be a concern to me. Always going to be the little monster under your bed. Even though you get older and you realize it's not real, you think sometimes it could be. So the Bucs are kind of that team for me. Baker Mayfield is scary. Now, Evans has been ruled out pretty much. He's going to miss a couple weeks with the hammy. Chris Godwin has not played a game this season. Their slot receiver coming off a knee injury. And 2 other injuries that people are not talking about. Tristan Wirfs, right tackle, not playing. And Luke Goedeke, another tackle or lineman for them, will not be playing. So 4 huge pieces for the Buccaneers offense will not be there. Yeah. Godwin has not played this season. Evans with the hammy. So you're not going to see the same potent offense that you've come to
expect from the Bucs. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a different kind of game.
Yeah. I think until the Eagles figure out who they are and how to operate on offense, every game is going to be hard this year. So until you guys can figure that out and prove to me that you can get the ball to Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown's hands, which sounds crazy to say out loud still, week 4, going into week 4. We could be playing the worst team. We could be playing the Atlanta Falcons. It's going to be a hard game. So I'm concerned, not because I don't believe in the Birds. We're the better team. We should win. I think we're going to win by, ready for it? 13 points this week.
Whoa.
I think we will win by 13.
Jeez.
I think this is going to be the week that we figure it out. I think the Bucs' inefficiencies on offense is going to give us the kickstart that we need to get the ball rolling. And quite frankly, it's just destiny. That's not what I wanted to say, but I lost it. But yeah, Eagles over the Bucs. I'm saying Jalen Hurts throws for over 300 yards for the first time this season.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
Coming into the game, the Birds are 3.5-point road favorites in Tampa Bay. Now, something we have not discussed, which I think is going to be very important, the weather. 88 degrees on game day expected. We're a couple days away now, but the feels like is damn near 100 degrees. So similar to when the New England Patriots would travel down to Miami early in the season, and it is hot, hot, hot. And the Dolphins have been practicing in it for months and months, and they're ready to go, and they're primed. Let's hope the Eagles are in shape and ready to go for this game because it is going to be hot.
I actually kind of don't like that they're going down to Tampa a day earlier because I sometimes think that coaches kind of make too big a deal of little stupid things. But, hey, maybe it's going to work out in the long run. But it's just another game, dude. Just be in shape. You guys can handle it. It's probably not going to be 100 degrees, although watch it be like 100 degrees.
I think issue sometimes is early in the season when teams go down to a hotter place. You get tired quicker. You're not used to being this tired. And in the fourth quarter, maybe you're not as fresh. The pass rush is not as strong. Quarterbacks have more time, things of that nature. So, but we talked about injuries for the Bucs. Let's talk about some injuries for the Eagles, Downs. You let me know about this injury today, but Nolan Smith, the tricep, out until what I read is going to be the bye week, maybe week 10, 11.
Do you think this has been bothering him all year? Because he doesn't seem to be that same dominant player he was at the end of last year.
I'm sure it's still affecting him from last season. But
kind of dumb to play, though, if that's the case, no?
Well, I know he knows his job's not on the line, but, like, you want to be out there. Availability is the best ability.
Yeah, but you just won a Super Bowl, though. I think it's more of like a young, inexperienced player mistake. I don't think like a vet makes that mistake. Do you?
I don't know. I think he's a young guy, and he probably knows, like, hey, I got to get back. I don't want to lose any snaps. I want to be dominant, and maybe rushed himself back. So, but the other thing, Dons, is Lane Johnson is questionable. So we just spent 45 minutes talking about last game and why Matt Pryor did not work and how we needed Fred to come in. Fred may be leaned on again in another game.
Completely okay with that.
In Tampa Bay. The other thing is we talked about injuries for the Bucs. Let's talk about them for the Eagles. Both defensive backs, Adoree Jackson, Jacorian Bennett, questionable, could miss the game now. The Bucs are missing 2 of their receivers, so it's kind of like a you lose one, I lose one type of thing. But anytime you're down defensive backs, Dons, never a good thing.
Am I tripping, or did Jacorian Bennett also got placed on IR?
I saw him as questionable. He may have gotten an IR tag recently, but as far as I know, they're both questionable, could miss the game. Not looking good for them, giving the Bucs passing game a little bit of a boost or something to focus on.
I was trying to see where it is, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, everybody knows a right tackle can really mess up your offense, but a bad cornerback can really mess up your defense. I am excited to potentially see Kelee Ringo out there. I think that we haven't been getting great play, so let's see what you look like in live action. But my leash is real short. With I will let that. I'm holding on to that leash with the pinky, and I don't really care if the dog runs into the yard. If you catch my drift. Wait, that's not what I meant. And I don't really care if that dog runs into the road, if you catch my drift.
Whoa, wait a second, Don.
Keely Ringo, this is it, dude. You either make it or break it. I don't even care if we cut you and you become the best cornerback of all time. This is it. This is the line in the sand for me. You're either gonna be the one or you're gonna be a great special teams player, because you are a great special teams player.
Don's mentioned he thinks the Birds win by 13. Jalen Hurts has his first 300-yard game. I have it more of a closer game. 27-21 Birds win, a 6-point victory. The Bucs score, and the Eagles do just enough to win 27-21.
I think the Bucs get 17, and the Eagles get, like, because I'm bad at math, the Eagles get like
30?
33.
Oh, yeah, 33. Yeah, okay.
I think the Eagles, 17-33, go Birds.
Well, if we win by 16, Dons, I'll be very surprised.
We're gonna. All right.
What's next, Dons?
Honestly, thanks for listening to the 132 podcast.
What?
I'm done, dude.
You're done?
I'm cooked.
Alrighty.
I'm cooked. Why? What do you got?
I got 5 for 5 with KP. We got this just in with Don's. We got the parlay.
I'm down to do 5 for 5.
Okay.
Let's do it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Let's do, or do you want to do a quick parlay real quick? You want to do a quick parlay?
Whatever you want, dude.
Let's do a quick parlay. My phone's...
We didn't even talk about last week if we won or not. What game screwed it up for us? Did we win?
And let me tell you, the Packers are bums. They screwed us all last week. The Atlanta Falcons are bums. They screwed us all last week. And the Dallas Cowboys are bums who screwed us all last week. If those teams would have won their games, I would have won like 5 parlays, and we would have won ours. Do you remember what our parlay was?
I think
it was an 8-leg, right?
Yeah, we did 8 different games, I think.
So on our 8-leg parlay, we got 3 wrong. So we picked Atlanta over Carolina, which who wouldn't? We picked the Cowboys over Chicago, which who wouldn't? And then we picked Green Bay over Cleveland, which who wouldn't? But we did get right. Mm-hmm. We got the Bucs over the Jets. We got the Chargers over Denver. We got Kansas City over the Giants. We got Seattle over New Orleans. And we got the Colts over Tennessee. We got all those games right, dude. And we got screwed by the Falcons, Cowboys, and Packers. All teams that I personally do not like.
On to the next one. Let's go, Dons. Who's our parlay this week? Let's go.
So, this week's parlays, let's get it rolling. Minnesota versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm going Steelers, Dons. I know Carson Wentz had a great game in week 1, played great, but to me, this game's being played in another country. I want to say something Irish. I don't remember where. It might even be Ireland. I'm not sure.
But anyways,
9:30 a.m. game.
Pittsburgh
I'll take
Steelers.
The Steelers.
All right, Commanders over the versus Falcons.
Right now, we don't know for sure if Jaden Daniels is going to play. Mm-hmm. I believe the coach or the owner said he's day-to-day right now.
Atlanta's terrible. We're picking the Commanders.
Okay.
Atlanta's terrible. They just lost to the Panthers.
30-0, yeah.
I'm not picking that Falcons. This is our parlay.
Fair enough.
Cleveland versus Detroit.
Detroit basketball.
Los Angeles versus the Giants. Chargers.
Jackson Dart's first game, but I'll go with the Chargers.
You sure?
Go Chargers.
Eagles, Tampa.
Birds. Go Birds.
You sure?
Go Birds.
Go Birds. Carolina Panthers versus the New England Patriots.
Go Pats.
Pats? All right. Let's go.
They better beat the Panthers.
New Orleans Saints versus the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo.
1,000%. I almost don't even want to add them to the parlay. Hold on. Yeah, it's honestly not worth it. Do you want to do... Nah, whatever. We'll keep it. All right. Tennessee versus the Houston Texans.
Texans.
Okay. Indianapolis Colts versus the Los Angeles Rams.
Ooh, this is the big game of the weekend, Don. Daniel Jones and the 3-0 Colts.
Wait. Question. Do you want to end the games on 1 o'clock and do a second parlay for the 4 o'clocks, or do you just want to pick
Sounds
two
like
more?
that's what Don's wants to do, so that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, because we can only pick 10 and we're at 8 again.
Let's do it.
Yeah?
Whatever you want, dude.
All right, let's do it. 8-leg parlay.
Don gets all excited when we talk about parlays. I love it. He gets amped up.
All right. So we're only going to put $2 on this parlay.
Deal.
$34.60 is our winnings if we win this.
Love it.
All right. I am so in the state of Rhode Island. What do you mean?
Of course we are.
Oh my God, dude. You got to love this nonsense.
The damn technology. They know we're trying to gamble.
They know our parlay's so foolproof that they don't want to let us log in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold on. Let's try that again. Do. Here's it. No, man. Share for your ass if you gotta take a piss. The time is now. Because we log it back into the sportsbook. All right.
Doms must log in.
Wadio. Oh no, we lost it. All right. You ready to make these picks again?
Let's do it, dude.
Minnesota, Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Washington versus Atlanta.
Commanders.
Cleveland versus Detroit.
Detroit.
Los Angeles versus the Giants.
Go Chargers.
Eagles, Bucks.
Go Birds.
Panthers, Patriots.
Pats.
New Orleans, Buffalo.
No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Do you think Buffalo wins by more than 15.5 points?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you sure?
No.
Do you
I
want to
think they
bet
will.
do you want to bet the minus 15.5?
If that's what screws it up for us, I'll be so pissed. So no.
Well, it's minus 1,700 odds if we pick the Bills. It's almost not worth picking it.
Then let's not pick it.
All right. Wait, do you think they'll score more than 48 points or less?
Total? Or the Bills?
No, whatever. I'm just going to pick the Bills. I'm picking
Okay.
the Bills. Tennessee versus the Texans.
Texans.
Colts versus Rams.
This is the biggest game of the weekend.
Oh, wait,
Dons.
we did it again. No, that's it. That's the end of our 1 o'clock parlays. My bad, dog.
It's okay.
We'll do... Yeah, we'll do $2. $34. Let's do it. All right, return to betting.
We're in.
All right, we're in.
We're gambling again.
Game of the week. Colts versus Rams. Who you got?
I think the Rams bounce back. Give the Colts their first loss of the season. Give me the Rams.
Okay. Jacksonville versus the Niners.
Mac Jones or Brock Purdy? Does it really matter? No. Give me the Niners.
Baltimore or Kansas City? This is a tough one.
Give me the Chiefs.
Chiefs? Okay. Do you want to take the plus 2.5 points with the Chiefs?
Do you want to?
We'll see what it comes out to in the end.
Okay.
Packers, Cowboys.
Go Pack Go.
Go Pack Go. Yeah, return of Micah Parsons.
2.5 sacks minimum.
Bears versus Raiders.
Duh, Bears.
Okay.
Caleb.
All right. Let's see what the
What's the damage?
plus 2.5 looks like. 104. 120. All right, let's just pick the Chiefs. All right. So it's a 5-leg parlay. We're putting another $2 on it. We're big betters.
Let's do it,
We'll win
baby.
24-12 if we get those right.
2 parlays. We're going to win one of them at least, Dons. Let's get lucky, baby.
Let's do it. All right.
What's next? Are we done? You want to end it there?
Yes, I want to end it. I am deflated and I do not have any more energy. But I will do your game because you worked very hard on it. And
No.
I kind of want to hear it.
We could save it for next week. It's just 5 questions, Don. It won't take too long.
You sure?
Yeah, we can save it for next week.
Or we could do it right now.
If you're already cooked, then no. Let's wait till next week. We'll
Are
do
you
it next
sure?
week. Yes.
All right, fine. All right, everybody.
This is it.
This is it.
The wrap up.
It's the wrap up, dude. Tampa versus the Eagles next week. Everybody, thank you for listening. We are the 1 of 32 podcast. I am your host, Donz, signing off with KP. Peace out. Go Birds.